Okay, guys, so we are back once again with the CBC podcast. Of course, I am your host, Armin. This time, you guys can find me still at Armini's, but also at Comic Book Cast on Twitter, and I'm here with Mitch
Sup, you can find me at Mitch692.
and Tristan.
Hey guys, you can find me at Control Breakers.
So, this is going to be an interesting show. There's a lot to talk about that was actually shown to us, and some stuff that lacked showing to us, but we'll get to that topic when we get to it properly. Of course, if you guys missed it, Book the Ticket just came out the other day, so you guys can go check that out. That's, of course, our movies podcast. We talked a bunch about Cloverfield and other stuff, among other things, so you guys should check that out, definitely. And I think that's all I got for the intro. This show's going to be pretty filled with topics, yet it feels like it's going to lack some stuff, something. I don't know, because
See, it's fine. We haven't got well, we've got the full amount of topics, but we get to talk about all the Tom Hardy shirts at the end.
oh, I'm so hyped for.
It's
So
all, it's all good.
before we get to Tom Hardy shirts, though, let's get to our first topic. That Joker standalone movie that we've heard numerous times and numerous reports about. Apparently, Joaquin Phoenix is up for the Joker.
As if it gets made. No.
You know, with the state of flux of the DC universe, I believe this movie has a better chance of happening than like Man of Steel 2 or anything else.
I mean, it's been announced, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a better chance.
I mean, at this point, I just don't care anymore.
Same. It's like you've got all your characters. You don't have to do anthology movies. What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah. Well,
And of course, it's just another joke. It's like just put Joker out, put everything that sells out, because
You mean
can't take
basically
risks.
another Batman IP?
yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I get it. Joker's probably like the most what's the word? Well-known villain ever in
Yeah.
fiction. So I understand it, but plus it kind of takes your mind off of Jared Leto's Joker.
Oh,
'Cause
please do
thank
that.
God. But can't you just cast Phoenix as the Joker in the main universe and just do it that way?
Save them for after Flashpoint and just do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I
why?
mean, because even in the comics, there's three Jokers, right?
Yeah, exactly. You could do that. Have him have a different face, and it's just Walken's face.
Here's what I'm saying. You go back to the stupid theory that Leto is Jason Todd and just make that canon because it's already
Yeah,
stupid enough
yeah.
to just do him back. No, this is the proper Joker. He's like, why are you taking my mantle, bro? And say that the original Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, has been Red Hood the entire time. Like the proper Red
Yeah.
Hood. Like so, I'm down for something like that. Just like, here's the thing: when I think about the DC movies in the last, let's say, 30 years, the ones that come to mind are standalone Batman movies, which is of course Chris Nolan's, and the Superman movies and like Batman 89 and Returns. Largely, none of them are part of the connected share universe. So if Warner Brothers wants to go back to that well and mine that for some more standalone films, I'm 100% fine with it. I'll be real with you. Because clearly they can't make a shared universe work. So just focus on what you think you can.
I think they can make it work. I just think they went about it the wrong way. I think they ran before they could walk,
Yeah.
and that is the big problem. But like you say, in the last 30 years, the ones that stand out are Batman movies. That was in the last 30 years. That's all they've done, is Batman movies. So of course they stand out. But I don't know. Like the general audience isn't going to get this movie.
No.
It'll be like, well, where's Affleck? Where's everyone else? Where's Margot Robbie?
Ugh.
They're not in this movie clearly.
Yeah, it's the weird thing is I think as weirded out as people will be by this movie, I think it has the potential to be their next big like, you know what? This is so different enough and Joaquin Phoenix is so good that even if it's not connected and it's completely disjointed, I think the people behind it can make this a semi-relevant movie, sort of like a Logan style, where Logan is clearly in continuity, but they're just like, meh, we're just gonna tell you a good movie. We don't mind all the other stuff. And it's like, all right, I'll take a good movie. I think that's their primary focus now with the DC films is like just tell good stories because we have these characters and IPs. Because if you keep pumping out movies the quality of Justice League, BVS, Suicide Squad, you're not really exciting anybody. So
No, no. But see, I don't know if like Phoenix would be the choice I'd have gone for. for a Joker. Like, admittedly, I've only seen him in Walk the Line and Her,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like he doesn't really strike me as the type of actor who could pull a Joker off. Like, he doesn't look like a Joker.
Mm.
So like, no doubt he could do it, but it's just like, would it be my first choice? I don't know who my first choice would be, to be fair, but it wouldn't be him.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, there was those rumors that this movie was going to be like the Scorsese Leonardo DiCaprio, but I guess they're out of the loop. So
I mean, it's still the Scorsese one, isn't it? It's just
yeah, it's just different
not
people now.
DiCaprio.
So
Mm.
it's a weird thing. I mean, I'm all up for this. To try whatever you can, and maybe this takes off. Because, I mean, for a while now, I've been saying I just want DC to try something different. They clearly can't mimic Marvel, so go in the opposite direction and don't mimic them.
But is it
risk.
them doing something different? Because it's just doing the Dark Knight was essentially a Joker movie anyway. You're just retreading that.
Yeah.
It's not really that different, but I mean, if it's good, it's good. It'll be what it is. But I don't know. I struggle to care. It's like, you're like, DC Comics movies should be a shared universe. Like,
Yep.
I don't. Yes, DC's really good at the Elseworlds stuff and all that, but I'm struggling to care if it's not connected to anything else.
Also, my whole point with this is, it's like, okay, as much as I want this, you inevitably have to lead to the point where Batman shows up, because the Joker works with Batman and Batman works with Joker. That's why Batman Begins ends with, it's like, oh, this is his calling card, and he's like, I'll look into it. So do you end the first movie with like him just looking up into the sky and he sees a bat symbol? Like, because eventually you have to get to that, because a Joker without a Batman isn't something I care about in the long run. So
Yeah, like, it's like the Venom movie. What do you do for a Joker movie?
yeah, like
Like, can you do a Joker movie without, like, we don't know Batman's not going to be in it, to be fair, but like, could you do it? I don't think you could.
I don't think you could either, but I'll leave that up to, I guess, smarter people than me to figure out what to do, and if it works, it works. So it is what it is. But I'm pretty sure we'll come talk about this when a new DC slate is announced in about 3 hours, and it's retcon 5 hours after that. So
Or when this movie's inevitably cancelled.
yes, that one too. That's bound to happen. Well, we finally got the Deadpool 2 big reveal of Cable in an, I would say, epic trailer, honestly. I loved it.
It's weird, like, they did the same thing as a teaser, where a lot of it wasn't showing you footage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, a lot of the teaser footage isn't actually for the movie. Like, I think about 10
Yeah, it
seconds
was
of
just
it
it was just Deadpool playing with toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I loved. It was great. It's just kind of like, where's the movie? And like, I get the whole thing of where, like, the whole Cable with the green arm, like, is that just intentionally poking fun at Justice League, or is that to kind of say, like, this movie isn't finished yet,
I think,
and that's
honestly,
why
it was,
it's been pushed back?
I think it was both. Like, because Ryan Reynolds seems to understand the community and looking into it. So he's like, hey, what if we just toss in an unfinished shot, and then what if we just make fun of it because that's a Deadpool thing? So it's like, we win-win, and we can show this. So
To say that the one movie that can do that is a Deadpool one. It worked perfectly for, like, it was a really good trailer or teaser, whatever the hell it is at the minute. Like, there was some, Terry Crews and the other X-Force people was a surprise.
Yeah.
Like, was it Shatstar, and is it Anarchist and someone else begins with a Z? I can't think of his name.
yeah, people are still debating who's who, but there's definitely that's the proto X-Force we're gonna get before the movie.
Yeah.
So there's
I'm saying, like, they're clearly gonna die in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
in
Oh,
the
God.
untitled Deadpool sequel, because that's clearly what it's called. They're not giving this movie a name, which I'm perfectly fine with. Him. It's funny,
same.
but
Oh, yeah, did
it
you guys-
looks good.
I was saying, did you guys see Domino's mutant form?
She had a mutant form.
Well, her actual form in the comics.
Yeah.
I saw there was like a quick clip of actual Domino.
What? She actually has all the white skin.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't. I've seen no one talk about that.
there's a quick clip of it. I saw it.
I'm gonna have to. I'll check that out after this, because I saw the shot of her, obviously, but I didn't see.
Yeah, it was
Her
just a
in
quick
double
clip,
wide.
but it was like comic accurate though.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. That's
I'm
interesting.
surprised no one's caught that then, because I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I might have to go back and go get it, but I definitely saw it.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the thing is with this, it's like each trailer, quote unquote, has given us like 15 seconds of quick, just like barrage of clips, and that's it. And I kind of like that because I still don't know what this movie's about, but I know I'm excited for it because I like the first one, and they're playing around with my expectations. Like, it's honestly what I think a teaser should do, and that's, make no mistake, that's what these like Deadpool clips have been so far. They're teasers. Like the Bob Ross thing was a teaser, the Dead Cable thing's a teaser. Yeah. So,
well, this is the first time you've actually seen proper footage. So.
Yeah.
No, and you can kind of like I'm gonna purely assume that this movie is there to set up X-Force.
Oh God, yeah.
So like it's gonna be something revolving around why that team needs to exist. It's basically going to be phase one in a single movie.
Yep.
And then you launch off into X-Force. But I mean, like Brolin as Cable looks fantastic.
Oh my God, he does.
Like just the way he acts and like he carries himself and that presence he has is really fucking good.
Yep. They seem to have nailed how he looks and how he's acting and everything, and the story seems properly there. You know, time travel from the future because we see the future, so they seem to have like taken what we want from it and given us that without going overboard on it. Like no giant extra large shoulder pad or something. I guarantee that's probably going to become a joke or something. Like Deadpool will toss him a bunch of ammo and he's just like covered in shoulder pads, you know? Like,
I hope they like lean into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when they first revealed it, I was like, oh, I wanted the shoulder pads. Like I'm surprised they didn't do something with that. But there's still time in the film. There's plenty of time for that.
Oh, plenty.
But like, you know, they've even got their dynamic down where like you see that first meeting, like Deadpool's in like the sloth from Goonies shirt with the blind woman.
That's such a good reference too, because he was in
just
Goonies.
So like you would never have known that if you like have never seen Goonies, which probably a lot of people haven't because like kids.
It's a real good movie, real good old school movie.
But no, it was just a really good teaser. Like
it is. It like what I like about it is it's like it's not subverting my expectations. It's not disappointing. It's just actually getting me more and more hyped. And that's what it should do. Like it should have me asking questions, being like, oh, what's that? What's that? But it's leaving enough of a want. And I'm also like, you know, if I don't know the answers to these things, I'm still excited because of what they've shown me. So
yeah.
I think it's like a perfect teaser trailer for what Deadpool needed to do and to establish what the sequel is. So I want to see more. I'm assuming they're going to do one about Domino. I'm assuming they'll do one. Like, you know, it's going to be that type of build-up before we get the full-on trailer, which I'm excited by all the marketing for this because I think they're going to go, once again, kind of unexpected ways, like the first movie did, so...
Yeah, like I've still got that like comedy sequel apprehension, but like it doesn't look like it's trying to be a comedy. It probably will be because it's Deadpool, obviously, and it's Ryan Reynolds. But it's just like it doesn't look like it looks more like an action movie from this, which is perfectly fine. It's kind of subverted that worry a little bit.
Yeah,
just because it looks so good.
Well, and also Rob Liefeld came out and said if the first movie was Alien, imagine it that, then this is the Aliens. It's going to be way more action packed. Like, sweet, all right, I'll take it.
But then again, Rob Liefeld just like sucking this movie off for like good impression.
Yeah, of course he is.
It's like, you know what, I'll let you have it. You know, you are responsible for these two. It's yours. Like,
but like Liefeld acts like he made the movie. It's like, dude, come on, you just like made the character.
He does a little bit, but at the same time, it's kind of like I can understand why he's like a little kid around it, because I would be as well. You know, if I made these characters and like they were disloved like 30 years later.
He's got to get his like 30 seconds of fame with it, because once they're in Disney's hands, he's getting the boot.
But will he though? That's the thing. Like, will they actually get rid of everyone on this movie? But
no, I think they'll get rid of him. But
I hope not. Like, I like Liefeld. He's a funny guy.
I have my issues with him, but you know,
I mean, he can be a bit sensitive about stuff on Twitter, but for the most part, I find him quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we'll talk more about Deadpool in the coming weeks and months, because more is coming our way. Well, Jessica Jones had the big Season 2 teaser trailer, or is it just trailer? What are we classifying it under?
I assume it's a trailer, because it's, what, March? Something?
Yeah, it's like middle of March it's coming, so...
Yeah, it's like next month, so I assume it is a trailer.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I forgot about this show.
Same.
And I felt really bad because I always say it's the best one.
Same.
And
it's
I
like
forgot it's coming out. It's like,
on a technical level and what Marvel was able to accomplish with it, I think it's the best produced Marvel like, oh my god, how did you even bring it to this direction? But like, sure, I like some of the other ones more because like they're more action packed or whatever. But like Jessica Jones to me is the best show they produced. So like, it was weird, and the trailer I don't think gave off. It doesn't give you the general plot idea or anything, because I still think there's like one big trailer coming, but you can definitely get the sense of the direction they're gonna go in.
Well, I imagine a week before release you'll get another one.
Yeah.
I think I'm certain that's how it tends to work with Netflix. But no, because the whole time it's like, well, how are you going to do the Purple Man again? Like, what is this show gonna do when they haven't got that much source material? And it's just nice to know that it's this is kind of going, this is what we're going to do. We're going to dive into like her head a bit more. Like, she wasn't sorted after the first series or Defenders. She still has all these problems. Yeah. Like, and the first series was discovering and setting up these problems. Season 2 is delving into these problems and like how she became to be a bit more. Or like literally her origin of the power. So it's nice to know that direction. And it looks really good.
That's honestly what I really liked about it, was like they are going to explore her powers, where she came from, and maybe she's going to uncover something like she was kind of almost like Purple Man to a degree, where,
that's the feel I got from it. Like, it reminded me of Cloak and Dagger, where it's like, actually. These two people like quote had an accident and then they got powers when they woke up from the accident. Like, it's very much a Cloak and Dagger sort of thing, but also, it looks really good.
It does look good, and it looks like it's going to do exactly what the first season did. But what I also really like about it is the way they're taking it. It seems like we're definitely going to get, at least by the end of the season, Hellcat is kind of going to be a character.
Yes, please.
I love Hellcat. Like, I really love that character. So,
I don't know why she wasn't in Defenders. Like, unless there was a case of like, no, I want to set up Hellcat, then fair enough. But like, she should have been Hellcat before this, I think. But
and
it's fine.
Obviously,
give her a suit as well, please, Marvel. Please.
I don't think they give her like the full-on yellow suit, but maybe something like a little muted colors, if that makes sense. Like,
there's got to be something for her, because like, she isn't like, maybe like bring in Murdoch. I know it's a bit difficult with what they're doing for season 3 with that, or at least have them find what's his face who did the suits for Daredevil.
Yeah.
And like give her something like that, because she is just a normal person. She isn't invulnerable or whatever.
Yep.
So she's gonna need something, like, even if it is like a weird shitty cat mask. Like.
Yeah, I would love it. Now, do you think we get any cameos from the other Defenders, obviously outside of Daredevil, in this?
You're gonna get Luke Cage.
Yeah.
If you don't get Luke Cage, I'll be surprised, because they were setting that up.
I feel like you need to get Luke Cage, but I also feel like you kind of have to get Danny at some point. Because it's like, well, he's now like the kind of like the Daredevil job. He's kind of watching over all these blocks. So like,
that's true.
Not having him there would kind of feel weird.
That's true. I suppose Murdoch is dead, so you can't. Well, it's dead to them.
Yeah.
So it'd be a bit weird. I mean, I can. I would be surprised if you didn't get either like Luke Cage or Danny in there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way she says in the trailer, like, this stuff just keeps popping up.
Yeah.
So. I'd be very surprised if it was just her again, even though it wasn't just her in the first season. Actually, there was Luke Cage, but
it's.
I imagine you'll get Claire again.
you kind of assume you have to get Claire at this point. I mean, if you don't, we kind of feel robbed about it, like with it. So it's like, just
even though it's kind of like, oh, there's Claire again. And it's like, hi, Claire.
Yeah, I wouldn't honestly mind if like Colleen or someone showed up, and maybe not Danny. Like, Danny's like out doing stuff, but here's Colleen. You guys can become a little better friends, because I really like that character as it is. So
it'd be nice if like Colleen was training Triss a bit more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
like don't train Claire. Like, Claire's the nurse, so yes, she can protect herself a little bit, but give the attention to Triss. Like, and she deserves it more.
Honestly, the way I see it, it's like you're setting up all these female characters in all these shows, right? So instead of doing a Defender season 2, which you inevitably will, you could legitimately take like Hellcat, Colleen, like Misty, and put them in their own show as well. So you could have an all-female led show, and I think that would be kind of big.
Didn't the recent Defenders issue have an all-female lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know the cover at least had it. I haven't actually got around to it.
It was a couple of years ago. It actually wasn't too bad either. So like,
oh no, I mean the Bendis run. Yeah. It's happening right now. Like, the cover had like Jessica Jones, Hellcat, and all that Black Cat and all on the front of it.
Yep.
So I was like,
Yeah,
I mean, it could work. Like, why not? Like, I don't know how you make that viable.
yeah,
Like in the story wise, like why? So all the men have disappeared. Like, okay.
so uh, so you write a character in there who has some sort of, I don't know, pheromone or something and keeps guys away, and then they're done for the first episode. You got 6 episodes to tell a story of why these women must fight this woman.
I swear this was a Power Ranger story.
Probably.
That's some
That does seem. You know what? Just take a Power Ranger story. No one's gonna know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yep. So I think we're in agreement. Jessica Jones season 2 looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, the long-awaited update on Disney purchasing Fox. So things are moving forward at a rather snail's pace, but when you consider how big of a actual acquisition it is, it's kind of moving more rapidly than what you would assume, honestly. So what we know is that Bob Iger, the CEO president of Disney, he's been meeting with different branches of Fox from around the world. Now, I don't know if people know this or not. Fox in the United States is like one entity. There's like Fox, for example, like Fox India and Fox UK. These are all just under the Fox brand, but they're completely separate entities that don't even report to the main people. Like they're run by different people. So Disney would essentially acquire all of these. So he's meeting with them to be like, look, this is what you're going to do. National Geographic, this is what you're going to do. Nothing's going to change. We have to all agree upon this. So when it comes to legislator, the governments and stuff, they all have to be like, look, we've sat down with all you. There's no concerns. Yes, this is approved. Because that's the way it kind of has to go. You can't just absorb all of these different stations around the world which employ, like 100,000 people and suddenly get rid of them. So jobs have to be guaranteed and stuff. So he more or less said that's what he's doing right now, and they expect it to go smoothly. But
I'm saying, like, I don't see why you would expect like this not to go through. Like, they're not going to get blocked. Like, it's not going to happen.
I mean,
I'd be surprised if it did.
The only thing that this is doing, well, what like Comcast and other companies are trying to do is make Disney pay more for Fox. That's the only thing that's going on.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen because Comcast outbid Disney originally anyway.
Yeah, no, it's just.
But like Murdoch was like, no, your stocks suck. I want Disney stock.
It's not just that. Think of Murdoch. He's really good friends with the president right now. And the president cabinet, one of the heads of Marvel, which of course Ike Perlmutter, is in the cabinet.
Quote head. I wouldn't be so sure if he still has a role there. He hasn't been fired. I think he's been moved about.
Right. But it's like he's still such an important name that if anything was to pop up, Murdoch has the president on his side that has signed enough papers and various things to put things through that are far worse than an acquisition of a company. So there is no stopping this acquisition. Like, sure, Comcast can come in and go, fine, we'll pay an extra $5 billion, and Disney goes, and they're not gonna get it. Like, it's the power of Disney and how much they have in their ball core, and there's no stopping them. So it's going to take another 12 to 14 months probably by the sound of it, and I won't be surprised if it's done by the end of the year, honestly. They're trying to speed this up.
Yeah, I can imagine it being done, like, not taking the full 18 months.
No way. No way.
Get it.
I mean,
get done quick.
Bob Iger even said when he came out, like, the day after, remember, like, when he was announcing stuff, it's, Deadpool's not going to change. We're going to keep that going. He even said, well, I'm going to stay around through 2019 to make sure the integration is good. Like, he knows it's going to be a speedy thing. Like, I mean, if it's denied, let's just say hypothetically this thing is denied, Fox then has nowhere to go, their stocks sink, and their franchises and properties that can't do anything anymore, like Alien, can't recover. So Fox automatically doesn't have much on their plate to be able to push forward, and Disney suddenly sitting there going, all right, who else is going to buy them? So they would have to be bought out again. So it's either Fox is approved for purchase by Disney, or they're not, and they die a death and they get purchased anyway. So, like,
either way, for all the people like worrying about it, like the X-Men and Fantastic Four go back regardless.
Yep.
I was like, you can't sell something you're renting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in the craziest scenario in the world, if for some reason this doesn't go through and then Fox has to piecemeal sell everything, there is no way like Universal or Sony or Warner Brothers can buy out X-Men or Fantastic Four before Disney can legally take them to court and be like, look at the contract that said for them, and there are properties because we print and created them. So they're going home regardless of what happens, but all of Fox is coming to Disney. That's what's happening. Like there's no worry here.
Plus, like, you know, everyone go, oh, but it is a monopoly. It's just like, can you tell me what mono means?
No, they can't.
And now can you look at how many big studios there still are making movies if this deal goes through?
Yeah.
Now, put the two together and tell me what's wrong with that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Monopoly is one.
Yeah.
No.
It's not the big five anymore. Okay, well, guess what? Back in the day, there used to be like the big 16 studios. There used to be tons of studios, but they disappear, and a few ended up surviving, and the other ones ended up getting... I mean, let me put it to you this way. DC Comics is made up of a bunch of comic characters that DC went out and bought and put them into their own universe. Like, The Flash was never part of DC Comics. They were just like, hey, we're going to absolve... Hey, Green Lantern, come here. Hey, Shazam, we're buying... Like, that's how they did their operation,
I think wasn't Superman brought as well by someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, Superman's brought... I think the only one I could be wrong, the only one they actually made was Batman.
Yep.
I'm not 100% on that. Obviously, Detective Comics, but...
It's like an actual monopoly is if Disney bought out all the movie studios and you're only getting movies from Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would literally just have to be the single entity, which is why the Murdoch acquisition of Sky in the UK was blocked, because he would have had too much of a monopoly on the news over here, like too much of an influence. So, but I don't know if that's going to affect this deal, because that's going to obviously take the price of this down. So I assume Disney will try and also get Sky, but I don't know if that's going to affect anything. It doesn't seem to have affected anything.
Well, I mean, even if they don't get it, they're still going to get like 280 channels. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no stopping them. So that wraps it up for this. Next time there's a semi-substantial update, we'll make sure we cover it again for you guys. So we teased this long enough, and we're not delivering it. Goodbye.
But the shirts.
The shirts. So this is going to be, I guarantee it, the most disliked topic we do this week on the podcast.
I don't know, because I haven't seen very good reactions to this trailer. The only positive reactions I've seen are from the people that can't stand the Marvel Studios movies, so everything else is amazing and perfect to them.
Yep.
Just because they have to be those people.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, really? It's like, oh, give this movie all the Oscars. And that is a legitimate comment I've seen.
So,
and it's just like, no.
Here's the thing. I want to preface this. I really want to specify this. I've talked about this multiple times. I love Venom. Okay? I don't know why. People can see my comic hauls every week. I buy everything Venom is in. I read everything he's in. I have a giant $500 Venom and Carnage statue. Okay? I love these stupid 90s extreme characters because they're a holdover from when I was edgy 90s Armin, okay? But here's the thing. If you're gonna tease Venom, the extreme, like, radical 90s, like, this is what the 90s were. At least the last frame should be showing us what he looks like. Now, people are saying the visual effects are done. Look, you could have done show us the picture of the concept art and toss some smoke and buildings lighting up behind it. A still image. Just show us what the character looks like, and they didn't even do that.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you can tell there's clearly only one VFX shot done, and you see that in the trailer.
Yeah.
They've only just finished shooting.
Yeah.
They haven't even started the VFX work. The only reason you got this teaser to begin with is because they want it in front of Black Panther.
And it's a terrible teaser to put out before it. Like,
yeah. Like, it. I don't know. It just looks so bad. Like, it looks like the footage isn't finished, obviously, because like you can see the stunts, and it's like, oh, well, there's gonna be black stuff here, black stuff there. Like, people just fall over, so there's gonna be black or red stuff there. Like, you can see exactly how it's gonna play out. But
one thing I want to know is what was making those cars fly all over the place.
Venom. It's gonna be something like that. You can just see that there's gonna be something there.
That is like, terrible.
Just the way it moves, and like, it looks like a fan film.
Is it like going to be like a mindscape or actual reality?
It'll be actual reality.
So here's the thing. I had one of my friends who, he kind of like follows the comic book movies, but he doesn't really know much. he came back to me after watching the trailer, after he saw me share it, and he goes, I thought that was one of those fan-made trailers. Like, it looks like a fan-made trailer.
Exactly what it looks. It looks like someone's just taking clips of Tom Hardy movies and put them together.
Like, honestly,
like,
I could make the same trailer from using Mission Impossible, The Mummy, and any other movie where Tom Cruise is running towards the camera, and I can make this identical trailer. That's it. And the thing is, if you're teasing Venom, us three and the people listening to this know who he is. If you have no idea who Venom is and you watch this trailer, you still have no idea what this movie is. Not a single beat of it. It is.
Like, I don't know how you and other people have done breakdowns, because the only interesting scene is the one where you see the symbiote, what clearly is a symbiote or a symbiote, just slushing around in that container that's clearly left over prop from TASM 2.
See,
like, that's the only interesting scene.
You can talk about the important stuff in it, Mitch, like I did. He's in a CAT scan machine and his wife is angry and wearing a black trench coat.
You can that CAT scan scene is like the way he moves, like the VFX is all going to come up.
Yep, it's going to like pour out of his eyes and mouth and all that.
Yeah, you can just see it.
Like, I would have rather taken a 45-second teaser that's a voiceover, and then we maybe see like Tom Hardy crawling and morphing into Venom or something. One VFX shot would have been more effective than this entire minute 45.
Or just get one like voiceover just saying "We are Venom" at the end.
Yeah. Like modulated voice.
Like Tom Hardy isn't even doing an American accent in this. He's just toned his own one down slightly.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that high pitched like East London sort of accent. But I don't know. I don't understand the thinking. Like, why not wait until Infinity War to get this thing out?
Yeah.
And actually have some VFX shot done. Like, I don't know. It just seems like they're rushing.
Did you also notice something else very noticeable in the trailer? It has that cheap blue tint of like generic sci-fi in every single thing. Like there's a scene where it's literally like lit up like trying to be proper, and there's like blue shadowing. I'm like, what? Why? Like it just screams cheap budget, and not in like this could be cheap good. Like, it screams this is cheap in a bad way. Like, they're gonna hide a bunch of it in shadows, and I think this was the wrong foot to kind of come out at. It's
too soon. Like, like, it doesn't look like absolutely horrific like a fan force stick or anything like that. It looks like it might be passable, but like, don't give me a bloody Venom trailer without showing the actual symbiote in it. Like, that's just dumb.
Imagine if next week Warner Brothers releases the Aquaman trailer.
I was gonna use that analogy.
Imagine if it's Jason Momoa sitting on the beach and then he just looks over the ocean and dips his toe in. That's
I don't have to imagine that, because the first thing we seen from Momoa was him shirtless in the submarine.
Ah, crud. Oh, no.
Like, they did the exact same thing. It's like, you couldn't even have him in this, like, in the Aquaman movie suit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get what's going on, but.
And here's the thing. They have to know. They have conceptually done artwork. I have talked in person to a guy that did conceptual artwork for Venom. Okay? He told me what one of the designs he was asked to do, and he showed me what the face was. His design didn't get picked, but he showed it to me. Somebody out there that's working on this movie has a complete concept art, like Marvel does those concept art posters. Release that poster with the damn Venom title and show us what he looks like.
Like, here's the thing: they're using people that work on Marvel movies for this movie.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look very much like a Marvel movie. It's gonna play out like one, and like, he's gonna look like Venom. Like, he's not going to look like the Spider-Man 3 version of Venom. He's going to look more like you'd want him to look. But, like, just why wasn't he in the teaser poster? Like, that teaser poster was the laziest, blandest like poster I think I've ever seen.
But the teaser poster reveals more than the goddamn trailer.
I mean, does it?
Yes, at least you see eyes.
But like, how has he got the eyes without Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Because people say that about the Spider. It's like, well, he has the eyes from somewhere as well. He doesn't just get those.
Oh, my God. What, they're going to be like, oh, he was bit by a random spider while in the CAT scan machine. Just watch. It's going to be something so stupid. Like,
yeah. There's going to be a tarantula in the CAT scan for no apparent
God.
reason. But at least he has 4 different shirts on in this trailer.
Dude, this shirt's Tom Hardy's wearing. The Abercrombie and Finch has got all the marketing for this movie. I'm telling you. Dudes are on point. I saw nothing in this that tells me this is a Venom movie that you need to see. This is what you've been excited for since you were stupid or Armin running around going, Venom's the coolest character in the 90s cartoon. Like, nothing.
This is the movie we've been saying we're going to make for the last decade. Like, here it is. It's just like, oh, right. It's not a Venom movie. You can just look at it. It's not.
And you want to know what's even worse? What is so much worse than the fact that if you compare the Venom coloring and font, it's like an elongated version of the Power Rangers font.
Yeah,
I mean, like, color. Don't do anything that looks like that.
Like we saw the font with the V in the Venom head from Brazil Comic Con. Like it's the exact same font as that. It's just a different. They've just photoshopped it a little bit. So, like, I like people going, if you blur the teaser poster, it looks like a mouth. And it's like you haven't got to blur it to figure that one out. Like it's clearly positioned like that, but. And so, like, I wouldn't expect the big mouth if I was anyone. Expect a little one.
And also the way I was like looking at it, like through the trailer, I didn't really talk about it in the breakdown, but like I guess I'll talk about it here. There's clearly a scene where he's walking and they do a cut between like San Francisco. There's distinctly one where he looks like he's in an Asian shop. Now we've heard that the movie's gonna have some shots in Asia, so is it like he's gonna get the suit on him in Asia? They capture him. And then they bring him in an airplane over. The airplane crashes. The symbiotes get out. They get onto people. He's got to fight them. So it's essentially the Mummy.
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm seeing. Like it's
But
this movie, man. I was so excited, and this trailer was like literally the gut punch I expected it not to be. But they're like, no, here it is. It's exactly what you thought we weren't gonna do. We did it. Like.
Like, did you guys see on Twitter before they released the teaser trailer, where I think it was Sony Pictures, and someone asked, is Tom?
It's Tom Holland with Tom Hardy. They just went Tom.
Yeah.
It's just like, God damn it, Sony! Like, stop teasing. He's not gonna be in it.
It's Tom. It's one of them.
But when they say Tom, is it Tom Hiddleston? Is Loki gonna be in this?
No. I don't know. And like, I like how you said, oh, it's clearly a leftover visual effect from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm pretty sure it actually is. Like, it looks like the same type of tube it was above.
Yeah. It's just like it's clearly like, oh, we have this prop laying around. Like, let's just not waste money. Which, to be fair, don't waste money on stuff. But it just looked like a TASM 2 prop.
It did.
Well, I don't know, man. It exists. They've rushed it out. It's too soon.
Yeah,
way too soon.
You should have waited and attached this to at least Ant-Man and the Wasp or Deadpool when you had some finished visual effects.
Yeah. Why would you not put it on Infinity War? You would have at least a finished shot of him by then.
Because I don't know how your guys' theaters work, but many of the theaters I go to, the trailer that they show like 3 months before the movie still happens to be the teaser trailer. So this is going to be the trailer that's playing well into the summer. Mm-hmm. This was a terrible choice in every sense of the word. Like,
I probably won't even get this teaser over here. That's just how it works.
Oh my god.
We never really get the new one. We always have the one behind, and it's just like, oh, that's great.
God, it's disappointing to say the least. That's my take on the Venom trailer. Disappointing.
I would be disappointed, but I kind of expected nothing less than not seeing Venom. It's like they've hid the design of the character this long. Why would they show it in the first teaser?
Yeah, I guess.
Why would you show the titular character? Why? Here's a Spider-Man trailer without Spider-Man in it. Here's the Avengers with no Avengers in it. Like, it's just dumb.
Yep. And people are defending it, saying it's ballsy and smart. I'm like, no, you're just hating on Disney because you got to be the guy on Twitter. It's like, well, at least it's not popcorn. It's like, dude, it's Venom. It's gonna be a dumb popcorn flick. It looks like a generic Jason Statham movie. Like,
yeah.
Awful.
I mean, it could still be. It could be all right. No, I still don't believe it's actually gonna come out, but.
This is all a ploy. They actually did cut random.
And in fact, the fact we haven't even seen Venom just kind of like cements my theory further that it's not going to come out. It's just gonna drop without any VFX in it. But...
They're gonna drop it on PlayStation View or whatever it's called on Crackle. It's Crackle
Oh
exclusive.
God. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh well, at least Powers can then say they have better special effects than someone.
Hey, you guys, go install Crackle and watch Venom. We're not installing Crackle. Damn. Oh man. Well, that'll end it for our Venom talk, I guess. Yep, that brought us to the end of the show, guys. It was a trailer-filled show.
Yeah. Well, there've been a lot of trailers.
There have. It's surprisingly so many trailers.
It's like I can't remember what last year was like. You obviously get the Super Bowl, but like I don't remember anything after it.
I don't feel like it was ever this stacked. Like it was just like one on top of the other.
But you know, at least we've got the next Infinity War trailer.
Yep.
First, second week of March.
Yeah, it should be dropping rather soon, and then that's like the thing to go home. So I'm getting excited. Hey, I just looked. Our timing for the Jessica Jones topic was 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Huh.
Hey,
clearly,
I like that.
We planned that one.
Yeah, scripted, I swear.
Yeah. God damn. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast. I know it's a lot of trailer talk and not like rumors and all that, but hey, we covered, I guess, Joaquin Phoenix there, so that's enough of that speculation. So
that was the only piece of quote news.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be back for you guys next week, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show and let us know what you thought of Venom, and let us know how wrong we are. We're not seeing the masterpiece that is going to win an Oscar, clearly.
I mean, the VFX for it ain't finished. They're going to literally like putting a CG Oscar in that movie.
Here comes a Razzie.
Oh, God. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, same.